The 2004 Chevy Rock and Roll 400, aka one of the most underrated races in NASCAR history. This was a race that was leading up to the inaugural chase for the Cup, and 7 of the 10 drivers already had their spots locked in. But what about the other 3 spots? Well, in contention was Ryan Newman, aka the Rocket Man, Kasey Kahne, one of the hotshot rookies to come into the sport in recent years, veteran Mark Martin, who 2 years earlier had competed for a championship and is now on the outside looking in, trying to make his first chase for the Cup, Bobby Labonte and Kevin Harvick, who 3 weeks prior were shoo-ins to make the chase for the Cup, now are on the outside looking in, heading into the final race. Jamie McMurray, who many view as the future of NASCAR. He has had a ton of potential this season, but hasn't been able to score that first victory in the 42. Dale Jarrett, a once proud champion of the sport, now relegated to a mid-pack driver barely hanging on. While these storylines are interesting, it is not the main story of this video. No. The main story of this video is none other than the one and only Jeremy Mayfield. He enters tonight's race 14th in the Cup Series standings, 55 points behind the final cutoff spot. He's been outshined most of the season by his rookie teammate Kasey Kahne, but Jeremy Mayfield has been able to put together his own solid runs, a second place finish at both Atlanta and Richmond. Despite the potential the team showed, they were still not good enough to make the top 10. But with one more regular season race left on the schedule, this would be the perfect opportunity for Jeremy Mayfield and the 19 Dodge Dealers team to come in clutch.
Been talking about it all summer. Tonight we find out who gets in and who is left out in the chase for the Nextel Cup. We're underway in Richmond as the green flag waves.
Right from the jump, you can tell the 19 car is here to race. He is able to get inside the top 10 early on by lap 3, as he's racing side by side with Joe Nemechek for position. Meanwhile, the other contenders are still trying to figure their stuff out. At this point, by lap 22, Mayfield is 35 points behind Kasey Kahne, but he has already jumped 3 positions in the top 15. Even though Kasey Kahne has a huge cushion, he still has to have a decent finish tonight to secure the final spot. The problem is, though, he's been inconsistent all season. One week, he's battling for the win, like at Fontana the week prior, and the next, he's out here racing like garbage. Early on in the race, it's obvious that this team is going to be here contending for the win all night long. Others can tell they have race-winning speed, but they just need the track position at this point to work with. After a fast 6.2 pit stop for fuel only, they are eventually battling for the lead with the 09 car of Mike Wallace. Yes, the 09 car of Mike Wallace, owned by James Finch, is battling for the lead. By lap 100, Mayfield's able to finally complete the pass on Mike Wallace and take the lead. At this point in the race, Mayfield is already inside the top 10, but it is far from over. Other contenders, including McMurray and Dale Jarrett, are running way back with issues. In the meantime, it looks as if Mayfield's biggest contender is somebody who already has his championship spot locked in. Kurt Busch eventually takes the lead and drives away. It is clear that he has the best car. But the big picture is simple. Mayfield is now 11th, 10 points back from 10th. About 40 laps later, he's able to retake the lead once again under green, and he's able to drive away for a bit, but still, nothing is a lock. Kasey Kahne is proving that theory. He is now 11th, 30 points back, right after beginning the race 9th in points. But like I said, this is a very underrated Richmond race compared to others in years past. The 2004 Chevy Rock and Roll 400 had a ton of wrecks, close racing, and major championship implications.
Oh, we got trouble in 2.
That will be Kasey Kahne. Just in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. when he spun.
Will it run? Will it run? Can he get it going?
Come on.
He's going to get lapped.
He's trying.
He's going to have to back up.
He's trying.
He's going to get lapped.
Oh, man. Oh. And right now we have 25 cars in the lead lap.
Boy, oh boy. Now he's got it running, but he's going to be a lap down.
You had a little contact with the 9 car, Kasey Kahne.
Oh, yeah. I went in the corner to go around the outside of him, and he was slow and backing up and in the way, and we went in the corner, and he didn't stay on the bottom. He just kind of backed into the headlight, basically. But
Kevin Harvick has had a pretty quiet night. Even though he hasn't been running up front, he's still been running mid-pack, as he's been running inside the top 15. But yet, compared to the others, he's still a non-factor. Jamie McMurray, on the other hand, have absolutely turned it around. They were finally able to get inside the top 10 late in the race after figuring out other problems with the car's handling, but unfortunately they started running into some battery problems later on. Mayfield has now gained an amazing 5 positions in the points. Newman has the final spot, while LABONTE, KAHNE, and Harvick are on the outside looking in. LABONTE has also had a quiet night, as he's in the same position Mayfield was in earlier, 11th, 10 points behind 10th. It was apparent that his 6th place run wouldn't be enough, as everyone was chasing one man.
And the top spot changes hands again here at Richmond International Raceway in the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. Jeremy Mayfield has gone to the point, Kurt Busch has gone to 2nd, and Junior has faded back to 3rd.
Here we see Mayfield, the 19 car, gets alongside Dale Earnhardt Jr., just kind of takes that spot away, and we see the blue car, the 97. So the blue nose, he's back after these guys after that slip up down in turn 1.
They see Junior fading back off these top 2, and now Kurt Busch trying to recover from that whoops up the hill.
Kurt is catching him.
And trying, whoa, boy, he's giving it everything, isn't he?
Even though he had taken the lead for a brief moment, Kurt Busch still had the best car all race. He was able to retake the lead late in the going, and at that point Mayfield was on thin ice. He needed to win this race to make sure he was secure in the chase. With McMurray's team able to sort out their issues earlier, they were now 8 points back. The problem is, like I said earlier, they had battery problems towards the end of the race. While that was going on in the final 10 laps, some more drama ensued as Mayfield had a little bit of lady luck head his way.
Hey, here comes the leader. The leader's out of fuel. There you go.
Kurt Busch diving in for a stop with 8 laps to go. Jeremy Mayfield is out in front. Kurt doing all he could to get the car slowed down by the commitment line and the pit road speed limit. His chance to win is over.
And his chance to win was now. For one night only, Jeremy Mayfield showed the NASCAR world his clutch game.
Are we getting down to it? White flag. White flag, and Ryan Newman takes the white flag.
Mayfield looking for the win. Who's going to have enough fuel to make the final lap? Bobby Labonte is off the pace on the back straightaway a little bit, getting passed by a few cars. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield. He wins the Chevy Rock and Roll 400.
For the first time in 143 races, Mayfield came out on top and secured his spot in the inaugural chase. Meanwhile, his teammate KASEY was dejected.
KASEY, you're 12th, not quite in tonight. What are the emotions?
We just didn't do good enough. Too many problems all night long. Just a pretty pathetic race car.
Before Jeremy Mayfield ever had any sort of controversy go on about him, whether it was going up against his former car owner Ray Evernham or the entire sanctioning body of NASCAR, this video showcases a much simpler time, a time when Mayfield was just known as a race car driver who needed to come in clutch. And for one night only, he was able to do so. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.
Jeremy Mayfield, championship contender by winning here tonight. Alan?
Mayfield led 151 of the 400 laps to pick up his first win of the season. Talk about a clutch performance. That was the one, and that didn't have anything to do with the burnout.